It's really great that Niyogi Books thought up of this poetry reading session by some of us who have been authors, and Niyogi Books has always been at the forefront of these kinds of, experiments with poets.
Go.
Then there's this poem which I think I always should tell them that it should be compulsory reading uh, for politicians, because it tells you of the ephemeral nature of politics, of how one comes, the other goes, how things keep changing. And for this, Shelly uses the image of Ozymandias. I'll read the poem to you. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell its sculpture well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed them. And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away. Nothing remains in the end. It's all ephemeral, it's all passing, it's all gone. And then I'll take you to the American poet, one of my favorites, one who was celebrated after a lifetime, the one and only Emily Dickinson, whose 1800 poems are absolutely the bone skeleton structure of poems, and yet through them burn this passion for the things that make life. I'll take one of the best known ones. Success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend the nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory as he, defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ears the distant strains of triumph break agonized and clear. Another one that I have is hope is a thing with feathers. Hope is a thing with feathers, with perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest land, and on the strange sea, and yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Then, of course, then there's the poem. I felt a funeral in my brain. I felt a funeral in my brain, and mourners to and fro kept treading, till it seemed that sense was breaking through. And when they were seated, a service like a drum kept beating, till I thought my mind was going numb. And then I heard them lift a box and creak across my soul with those same boots of lead again. Then space began to toll, as if all the heavens were a bell and being but an ear. And I and silence, some strange race, wrecked, solitary, here. And then a plank and reason broke and dropped down and hit a world at every plunge, and finished knowing then. And then I have, I think, to sum up the grim times that we are going through right now, a prayer written in 1927 called the Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. It makes sense to me, especially today, because we are in the middle of this crisis, this pandemic that has kept us all locked in. It says, Go placidly amid the noise and the haste and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you will become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Be under wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether you like it or not, it is clear to you. No doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noise of confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. That's it.